Hello, Morris class. It's Miss Baig here, and welcome to your history video or history lesson for today. Today is Thursday, the 21st of January, 2021. Our learning objective for today is, can I explain who Tim Peake is and what he did? Our split screen objective is, can I use common phrases and words relating to the passing of time? Okay, let's begin. So today we are going to learn about a British astronaut that lived on the ISS for 6 months. He was the first British astronaut after Helen Sharman to travel to space for 20 years. This is Tim Peake. Now, but first, we are going to go through a PowerPoint on Tim Peake to find out more about his life. But before I go to that PowerPoint, in the description box below, there is a link, and it is a link to Major Tim Peake's Dizziness experiment. Now, it's a really fun and nice video. What I would like you to do is go and watch that video, and he is on board the ISS, the International Space Station, okay? And once you have watched that video, please come back. As always, the video is also available in the playlist. It's titled Tim Peake's Dizziness Experiment. So if you don't have access to the description box, please click on the video in the playlist. Okay, go and watch that video, and once you come back, I'll go through Tim Peake's PowerPoint. Off you go, guys, and enjoy the video. Okay, Morris, welcome back. Let's now do a new share. Go on to, I've got too many things open. Bear with me, my lovely Morris. Here we go. Let's start from the beginning. And here is Major Tim Peake. Now, you might be thinking, what does Major mean? Major was his title in the army. So it's a ranking, okay? Right. So, the early life of Tim Peake. Tim Peake was born in Chichester, in England on 7th April 1972. He had a passion for adventure from an early age. His hobbies as a child were hiking, kayaking, and climbing. His teenage years. At the age of 13, Tim's dream of becoming a pilot became reality when he took control of an aircraft for the first time. Oh my goodness, he was only 13 years old and he took control of an aircraft? Oh, he was so brave. By the time he was 18, he was offered to join the British Army Air Corps, or the British Army Air Corporation. Right. Flying instructor. He qualified as a helicopter flying instructor in 1999 and then served between 1999 and 2002 for 3 years as a platoon commander with the US Army piloting Apache helicopters. So, after he gained his qualification and became a helicopter flying instructor, he then, for 3 years, worked in the US Army, which is the Army in America, so it's the American Army, and he was piloting, so that means he was flying these helicopters. They are a special type of helicopter that are used with, it's like an army helicopter. Okay, and the color of it, you can see, it's like a grayish, like a charcoal gunmetal type color, and it's matte. So you can spot those type of helicopters from a distance. Okie dokie. So, Tim Peake went through 6 years of astronaut training. He was accepted into the ESA, which is the European Space Agency program, on May 18, 2009. When he applied to be an astronaut, he was selected from 8,000 applicants. Oh my goodness me, well, it wasn't as much as Helen Sharman, who was in competition with 13,000 applicants, but it's still a lot of applicants. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, so Valentina, we've had Yuri Gagarin, we've had Valentina Tereshkova, we've had Neil Armstrong, we've had Helen Sharman. Their training did not last 6 years. It was a significantly lower amount. It was maximum 18 months. So you might be thinking, why did Tim Peake's training last 6 years? Well, that is because all of the other astronauts that we have learnt about and cosmonauts, they have gone through the route. So there is a special method, a way, like a journey to becoming an astronaut. And it is usually you need to complete a degree and then you need to go on to some kind of flying experience, and then you go on to some more education where you do like a master's or a PhD, and then you go into astronaut training. Now, Tim Peake did not go the traditional route of education. Okay, so if we go back when he was 18, he didn't go to university, he actually started working. So that is why his training was the duration of his training was much longer compared to his fellow astronauts and cosmonauts. Okay, right. Oh, have I gone fast? No. Right, so once he was accepted onto the European Space Program in what date was it? Let me get it right. Oh, sorry, in 2009. In 2009, he immediately moved to Cologne, Germany to enter basic training at the European Astronaut Center. As part of his training, he had learnt Russian, spent 12 days under the sea, and completed a winter survival mission. So here is a picture of Tim Peake underwater. So when you are underwater, you have the similar feeling of weightlessness. Your legs are not touching the ground. And this was for Tim to get used to the feeling of almost floating and not walking or using his muscles, standing on the floor, his feet flat on the floor, touching the floor basically. So he was floating for 12 days, and that was part of his training. And I'm not entirely sure what this winter survival mission entailed, but I'm assuming it was to test your body to the limits and see how far. Sorry, Morris class, I muted there. I don't know why that message always comes up when I'm recording my videos for you guys, but it always does. As I was saying, so I'm not entirely sure what this winter mission entailed, but I'm pretty sure it was just a way to test the human body to see the furthest of where it can go without going into too many details. Okay, Major Tim Peake became the first British astronaut in space for over 20 years. So this is after Helen Sharman had been up into the space station Mir, when he blasted off for the International Space Station on 15th December 2015. So this was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, okay? He traveled in a Russian Soyuz rocket launched from Kazakhstan. Okay, so in 2015, this is your cohort is, so you would just have been born at this time. Or if your birthday was in 2014 and you're not a summer baby, then you would have been very, very little. So this is beyond your living memory. But if you ask your parents may remember, because Tim was the first British astronaut. He was flying to space under the British flag. Okay, so it was a massive thing on the telly, on the TV. Just like when William and Kate got married and the whole nation watched their wedding live, or Harry and Meghan. So when Major Tim Peake blasted off into space, it was recorded. You can see videos of his live takeoff into space. So ask your mummies and daddies if they remember, or even your uncles or anyone nearby, and if they witnessed the launch into space. Okay, Major Tim Peake lived aboard the International Space Station for 6 months, conducting experiments in microgravity and maintaining links with schools and children on Earth. He used the gym on board to ensure his muscles stayed strong. So we are going to learn about the effects of microgravity, the effects that microgravity have on the human body in science as well as in history in our upcoming lessons. Okay, you might be thinking, you've heard so much about the International Space Station, but what is the International Space Station? How big is it? How fast does it go? Well, let me tell you now, Morris. The International Space Station, or the ISS, is the size of a football field. It travels at a speed of 17,500 miles per hour at a height of 240 miles above Earth and completes an orbit every 90 minutes. So it is going so fast that it can travel. If the Earth is, let's do some demonstration. I love a good demonstration. Hang on, let's make myself bigger. Okay. Oh, I made it smaller now. I would like myself to be bigger. There we go. So here is planet Earth. Here. Okay, here's planet Earth. Here is the International Space Station, which is 240 miles away. Or is it 50 miles away? 200 and something miles away. Now it orbits all the way around Earth so fast. So pretend it's starting off here. It goes all the way around. It's been 20 minutes. It's been 40 minutes. It's been 60 minutes. It's been 90 minutes. In 90 minutes, it can travel all the way around the Earth and back to the beginning again. That is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Okie dokie. Oh, it was 240 miles above Earth. Okay, when Major Tim Peake returned from his space mission after 6 months of living in space, whence he returned, it was on the 18th of June 2016 via a Soyuz capsule which reached speeds of up to 28,000 kilometers per hour or 25 times the speed of sound. The Soyuz capsule made a bumpy touchdown as a result of high winds affecting the region of Kazakhstan, where the landing site was. And here is a wonderful picture of Tim Peake being carried out of the capsule. So in our last history lesson, I explained why astronauts are seen to be carried out of their capsule when they touch down on Earth. So same explanation for Tim Peake, Major Tim Peake, sorry. So when you're in space, your leg muscles are not working as hard because your feet are not firm on the ground. So all of your weight is not being pushed down to your feet. So your legs are very strong. So because you're floating, the leg muscles are not being worked. So once you're touched down onto space and you're back onto gravity, and you're feeling gravity, the effects of gravity, it is very hard to walk. So that is why you will probably always see astronauts being carried out of their capsule once they touch down on Earth. Okay, now you might be thinking, what was Tim Peake feeling? What was he feeling when he came back to Earth? Well, his first impression, which is the first thing that he thought of when he came back down to Earth, was that the smells were really strong. Astronauts go through a period of readjustment when they return to Earth as their bodies get used to withstanding the full effects of Earth's gravity once again. Major Peake admitted to feeling terrible shortly after his landing, but quickly began to feel better. Okay, now this is just a very quick breakdown of Tim Peake's mission in numbers. So he spent 186 days in space. 10, the ISS moves 10 times faster than the speed of a bullet. There were 2,800 approximate number of orbits of the Earth were made. So approximately the ISS, while he was on the duration of his mission, he orbited Earth 2,800 times. That's an approximate. Oh my goodness, 114,240,000 is the approximate number of kilometers traveled by Tim Peake during his time aboard the International Space Station. Temporarily, Major Peake could be up to 5 centimeters taller than he was when he left Earth. And once Tim Peake was trying to dial a school. Oh, I'm not actually, no, let me retract that statement immediately. So, not sure where Tim Peake was dialing, but he tried to dial a number and he was trying to get through to planet Earth. and this has happened once. He dialed the wrong number from space and asked, "Hello, is that planet Earth?" How many times do you ever get to say that in your life? Wow, that is amazing. Okay, Tim Peake is 48 years old, and he is married to Rebecca Peake, who is right beside him, and these are his 2 children. So I think this young man over here looks more like his daddy, and this young boy over here looks like his mummy. Okay, Morris, we have come to the end of our PowerPoint about Tim Peake. I am now going to go back onto this screen here, and it's worked, and we are going to continue with your task. Now, we have learned about Neil Armstrong, and you have created a biography, a mini biography, about his life. Okay, we are now also familiar with Tim Peake. If you had to choose between Tim and Neil, which astronaut would you like to be? Talk to your teddy. Oh, I can hear a lot of people are saying Tim. A lot of people are saying Neil. Oh, I think it's a tiebreaker. Right. Now, your turn. You are going to write a letter to NASA explaining why you chose the astronaut that you did. Okay? You must include the following: the name of the astronaut, what is so special about them, what is your favorite mission that they went on. Option 2, you are going to record a video of yourself telling NASA why you chose the astronaut that you did. You must include the following: the name of the astronaut, what is so special about them, and what is your favorite mission they went on. Now, I'm going to go through a waggle on the next page. Okay, so this is my example. Dear Director of NASA, I am writing this letter because I have been learning about space travel in history. I have learned about Neil Armstrong being the first man on the moon and Tim Peake being the first British astronaut to live on the ISS. I would absolutely love to be just like Tim Peake. The reasons I have chosen Tim Peake is because he lived on the ISS for 6 months. During that time, he did many exciting things, such as running the London Marathon in space, completing many spacewalks, making phone calls from the ISS to Earth, and carrying out lots of scientific experiments. So on YouTube, there is actually a lot of videos where you can see astronauts completing a spacewalk, which is, now you might be thinking, what's a spacewalk? They can't walk in space, they float in space. So a spacewalk is, for example, on the ISS, if there is a cable loose that is on the outside, that is on the outside of the body of the ISS. So astronauts will come out of the ISS, they will travel where the problem is, fix the travel while just floating up, out in outer space. And then they will complete not the experiment, but complete the fixing of the cables, for example, which is what Tim Peake did. He fixed some cables and then he went back inside the ISS, and you can see everywhere around him is all pitch black. You can just see the stars, and then there is a huge blue, beautiful planet, which is planet Earth. Okay, and then you're going to sign it, yours sincerely, and I'm going to write Miss with my lovely, beautiful handwriting, only joking. It's very hard to type on this laptop trackpad, as you can, oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Let's try that again. There you go, Miss Baig. Full stop. Okay, so remember, which astronaut would you like to be? Would you like to be Tim? Would you like to be Neil? Why? What was the name of the astronaut? What was so special about them? And what is your favorite mission that they went on? So was it the Apollo 11 mission with Neil Armstrong, or was it Tim Peake where he lived on the ISS for 6 months? So it's your choice. Please do upload onto Tapestry. I really enjoy seeing all of your work, and I can't wait to see who has chosen Tim Peake and who has chosen Neil Armstrong. So until then, take care of yourselves, Morris class. Keep smiling and stay at home, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.